career start. Her first, of course, was at Saratoga on the turf back in September. So that was her first start off a layoff and first start of the year. She's an obvious player in here and the main threat to I'm Kidding. And that's kind of the complexion of the race. I'm Kidding goes to the front. She's grand. We'll try to chase her down. The other two, well, they might be battling for second or third or fourth of the four-horse race. But I thought the two main win threats are She's Grand and I'm Kidding. I did lean towards I'm Kidding just because I think she has a tactical edge as being the speed of the race in race number 2. No try, no super, no show in the second race, but we do still have a pick 3 and daily double. Scratch the 1 and the 2, so we're left with the 4 betting interest.
Horses coming on the track for the second race here at Finger Lakes. Scratch the 1 and 2. Number 3, Thrills with No Bills, and Andre Worry lead the post parade. Number 4 is She's Grand and Sofia Vivez. Number 5 is Out of the Cloud and Alexa Marie Cintron. And number 6 is I'm Kidding. Romero Mirage into ride. Post time in a few minutes. Second race named in memory of Jim Perkins Acker. We'll be approaching the gate in just a moment or two for race number 2 here at Finger Lakes. And the horses have reached the starting gate. Race number 2 from Finger Lakes. Field of 4 fillies and mares. An allowance race going 6 furlongs. 1 to 2, number 6. I Am Kidding. She's Grand going up. I'm Kidding to the outside. They're all on the gates, and they're off. Not the greatest start in the world for I'm Kidding. It's Out of the Cloud who gets the early lead, but I'm Kidding surges to the front end and opens up by 3 over She's Grand, who now picks up the second spot. Out of the Cloud, shuffle third, and 3 parts of a length to Thrills with No Bills, is at the back, and Thrills with No Bills is now out of last. Out of the Clouds in the 4th and trailing position. It's I'm Kidding who has the lead by 4 open lengths. She's Grand in pursuit in second. Thrills with No Bills towards the inside third, 7 lengths off the lead, and 2.5 lengths to Out of the Cloud, who's at the back of the pack. First quarter, 22 4/5. About 2.5 furlongs to go. I'm Kidding. The lead's been reduced to 2. She's Grand makes her move on the outside in second. Then a space of about 6 lengths to Thrills with No Bills. Out of the Clouds at the tail of the field as they reach the top of the stretch. I'm Kidding, the first to face us, comes off the turn, leading by a couple lengths. She's Grand, shaking up in second. Thrills with No Bills in third, but at least 10 lengths off the lead. 1 furlong to go. I'm Kidding, the lead's a half length, and She's Grand collars that one just outside the 16th pole. And it's She's Grand who draws clear late to win by about 3.5, 4 over I'm Kidding. Then it was Out of the Cloud in third. Four, 6, 5, 3. Number 4, She's Grand. Your unofficial winner, 6 furlongs and 112.89. To the winner's circle, number 4, She's Grand. She's Grand, New York bred, 3-year-old baby filly by Instagram out of Tis Gone. Margaret Selby and Adrian Selby, the ownership. Michael Ferraro, the trainer. Sophia Vivez, the winning jockey. 290, the winning mutual. Daily double, 720. Exacta 460. Second race was named in memory of Jim Perkins Acker. Jim was born in Rochester, and after years of traveling several different racetracks, Perkins decided in 1980 to settle in and work here at Finger Lakes. He worked on the backside for many years, then was on the maintenance department team here at Finger Lakes, driving the water truck in between live races. After 41 years of dedicated service, Perkins decided it was time to retire. Sadly, this past July, Perkins passed away. With this race, we remember Jim Perkins Acker, a great friend to so many on the backstretch and to all the team members at Finger Lakes he worked with for so many years. Second race named in memory of Jim Perkins Acker. Friends and family assembling in the winner's circle to take a photograph. To commemorate this race named in honor of Perkins.
All right, we're getting ready for the third. It is the first 2-year-old race of the season here at Finger Lakes. That was after She's Grand won the match race with I'm Kidding, was able to go by that one late. Sophia Vivas for Michael S. Ferraro. It ended up the shorter price of the two. Now we look at the 2-year-old maiden race. This is a distance of 5 furlongs. We scratch the one part of entry, A Real War Story. And this is open. This is not restricted for New York breds, although you do get the bonus for the that New York bred bonus. Now, you look at this race, and it you look at it from a 2-year-old perspective of which horses have the best works in the morning, who horses are the best bred. And one of the things you want to look at too is if they have experience. Now, the only horse in here that has had any kind of race experience is the 4 Diamond Child, when this horse ran at Saratoga. That was in a state-bred maiden special weight race there, and didn't fare too well. It chased what was probably a quicker pace than what we'll have here. You'd expect them to do probably 23 and change for the first quarter in this, even though it's 5 furlongs. So he's chasing a faster pace than what he's going to end up chasing here. And he hung in there for a while before finally fading, and it was a little bit further at 5.5 furlongs. Again, only beat one horse in the race, but lost by 12. Now, the dam was a stakes winner, and the dam's a half to another one that was a multiple stakes winner. So the horse does have some decent breeding, and maybe having that race under his belt could give him an advantage on these horses. The other horse that is expected to get bet in here is the 2 Krister or Chrysler. This one does show a bullet work leading up to the race, and it's got steady good works leading up anyway. The dam is a half to Chicken Wilbur. If you remember that one, that horse could run all day. I think the horse ended up being in 2-mile races. I think Dan Conway had that one. They paid $45,000 for this one as a yearling, and Chrysler right now at odds of 2-1. Chrysler. We'll see what the announcer calls him. The 5 Abject sent in for Rapoli Stables. Obviously, everybody knows that stable name. And we used to get a bunch of horses from Rapoli Stables going back about 7-8 years. And they just won. The ones they sent here won at like 90%. They just won almost every race sent in. We haven't seen too many of them lately. Out of the dam, who won first out as a 2-year-old, the dam is also a half to a multiple stakes winner. So Abject by Vino Rosso, got to consider this horse as a big threat just on the connections alone. And Ray Lou Gutierrez comes to ride for Rapoli Stables on this one. Right now at odds of 9-2, so he's getting a little bit of play. Look at a couple of the other ones. The 3 is Junior's Pal. This one out of dam by Palace Malice, Silver Palace. This is the first full of that dam. The dam is a half to 3 stakes winners. Now the second full sold for only a couple $1,000s, and that was the full to this one. But it was gelded for this race, so this one will one of 2 geldings. The other one is the Rapoli Stables horse, Abject. Border Fox, the 1A, out of a dam by Yanaguska, probably wants more distance. The 7, Holy Maroney, this is the second full of Misled, who's by Iron Mischief. This is the first to race, though, even though it's the second full. It does have some decent works for Asaf Ronan. There is one filly in the race. It is the 8, Honest Spin. She is by Honest Mischief out of a dam by Hard Spun. Only cost a couple $1,000s as a weanling. The half, Mission Wrap It Up, did run second as a 2-year-old in the Aspirant Stakes. So there's some decent breeding for this one, but she has the distinction of being the only filly in the race. Now, we have had fillies win the first couple 2-year-old races of the year, even the boys, but a lot of times when we run those races, there's more fillies in there than boys. So this is the rarity that we only have one filly in the first 2-year-old race of the year. But Honest Spin certainly has some credentials that she might be a factor in this initial race. Again, the 2 that are getting most of the play, you got Diamond Child off of the 1 start and Chrysler, who did have the bullet work leading up to the race. So those are some of the contenders in our first 2-year-old race of the season. Exacta Tri Super Daily Double Pick 3 and the Pick 4 starts here.
Coming on the track, third race, Finger Lakes. Scratch first half of the entry. There's second half, remaining part. 1A, Border Fox and Asario Alvarado. Number 2 is Chrysler and Jeremias Flores. Number 3, Junior's Pal and Caber Coa. Number 4 is Diamond Child and Christopher Elliott. Number 5, Abject and Raylu Gutierrez. Number 6, the Blue Wave. Guess we'll go with the 7 first. Hoyte Moroni and Michael Davila Jr. Number 8 is Honest Spin and Hemet Harkey. And there's the 6th, the Blue Wave, with Joel Cruz aboard. Shortened post parades due to the warm weather. Post time in just a few. Approaching the gate here at Finger Lakes. And the horses have reached the starting gate for race number 3 from Finger Lakes. Field of 8 to go 5 furlongs. 2-year-olds, maidens. 8 to 5 on number 4, Diamond Child. 2 to 1, number 2, Chrysler. 3 to 1, number 5, Abject. Diamond Child goes in. The Blue Wave. Hoity Maroney. Border Fox. And Honest Spin. 9-5 Diamond Child. 2-1 Chrysler. 3-1 Abject. They're all in the gate. And they're off. Great start for Diamond Child, who rushes out for the lead. Hoity Maroney flashing early speed in second. Border Fox fouls that one in third. The Gray Juniors pals in fourth. Chrysler towards the inside fifth. 4.5 off the lead. 2 lengths back to Abject. And a gap of 6 lengths to Honest Spin. The filly is in second last, and another 5 lengths to the Blue Wave, who's at the tail of the field. 3 furlongs to go. It's Diamond Child and Hoity Maroney. These two hook up on the front end. They're clear by 5. Over Junior's Pal, who races in third to the outside of Chrysler, who is in fourth. Then about 6 lengths to Abject in fifth to the outside of Honest Spin, who picks up a spot trying to advance from the back as they turn into the lane. Diamond Child cuts the corner, has the lead by 2 lengths. Hoity Maroney is now all out in one pace, as it's Chrysler is now up in the second, but 4 lengths off the lead of Diamond Child. It's Diamond Child streaking to the finish in front by 3.5. Chrysler a good second, but Diamond Child prevails. Third, Hoity Maroney. Fourth, Abject. Four, 2, 7, 5, Diamond Child. Back to the winner's circle. Diamond Child, New York bred, 2-year-old chestnut colt by Weekend Hideaway out of Boss Barney's Babe. Irish Hill Century Farm owns. Melanie Giddings is the trainer. Christopher Elliott, the winning jockey. Irish Century Hill Farm and Morgan O'Brien bred Diamond Child. 5 furlongs, a minute, .34. $5.10 the winning mutual. Daily double $12.40. Exacta $14.40. 50-cent try $18.62. Time superfecta $12.67. Fourth race from Finger Lakes, scratch number 7, Wisecracker. Post time for the fourth race in about 20 minutes at 2:32 p.m. Fourth race starts late 50-cent pick 5 here at Finger Lakes.
All right, we got 10 minutes to post for race number 4, and no big surprise of the 2-year-old race, and good looking performance by that winner, Diamond Child, who gets the victory in the third. We got many more 2-year-old races coming up. Remember, a couple of our biggest races of the year are for the juvenile, the babies. You got the Lady Finger, the Aspirant Stakes, and then the Breeders' Futurity. That's in the future. Fourth race, we'll look at this one. Actually, this race came up pretty tough for a maiden route race. This one goes a mile and a 16th. You look at the board right now, you got some money on Kings and Queens. No surprise there. Last race wasn't as good in the sprint, but he stretches back out to a mile and a 16th. And his last race going a mile was his best race. He ran a good second at Aqueduct. So this horse could be awfully tough in here. And class-wise, he fits, but you know what? There's some other horses coming from New York and Saratoga that have the same class level. Shake It for the Bird's been running against special weights. Ran a couple races on the turf. Actually started off his career at Saratoga in a sprint and hit the board in there. Flashed some good early speed. Unfortunately, he's going the wrong way the last two when he's running in route races on the turf and the dirt. But this race should be a little easier for Shake It for the Bird. This is a half to Eros' Girl. Horse that's a pretty good one here. She won the Niagara Stakes. I believe she ran second in the Oaks. Same connections. This one right now at odds of 5-1. The 6 is good as he gets. This is a Florida bred. He's been facing some open maidens at New York and running competitively against open maidens at Aqueduct. Last couple races and sprints haven't been as good. He did drop to face the 35,000 to finish off the board. It's not a good sign that he's kind of going the wrong way a little bit. But he comes here as a Florida bred facing mostly New York breds and facing this easier maiden special weight race. And I think the distance shouldn't be an issue for him either. Might be a now or never for good as he gets, unless he's going to have to drop to our lower levels. But he's definitely a player in here. He's at odds of 5-2, just on company kept. This horse being competitive against open maiden special weights. Not too many horses maidens here could be. Then you have the entry for Ronnie Breed of Nilruck and All Apologies. Nilruck coming off the turf. You got to go back a little bit when he's running against the 20,000 maiden claimers. Those are open. Maybe they're not as tough as the open special weights, as good as it gets ran in, but that's why it was surprising that this horse was I don't know which one was the favorite, as they're both 3-1, maybe 2 for the price of 1. All Apologies actually didn't run that badly against Skippy Town. Skippy Town was coming off a different surface and blew away that field. Actually, Skippy Town came back to win out of that race. He's turned out to be a pretty good one because he took to the dirt. So no slouch. This one actually might be the tougher of the two, or might be just as good as the stablemate, depending on how they handle the surface switch and whatnot. But All Apologies at least has that race over the track. It could be a factor in race number 4. Exacta Tri Super Daily Double, and the late pick 5 starts with this race.
Coming on the track, fourth race, Finger Lakes, scratch the 7 Wisecracker. First half of the entry, number 1, Nilruck and Luis Perez. Other half of the entry, the 1A, All Apologies and Christian Navarro. Number 2, Kings and Queens with Christopher Elliott. Number 3, Shake It for the Bird in Caber Coa. Number 4, Night Missio, Andre Worry, the riding assignment. Number 5 is Honor for Mandan, Joel Cruz. Number 6, Good as He Gets, and Romero Mirage. Number 8, Mama's Midi, and Carlos Camilo in the irons. Post time in just a few minutes. Shortened post parades with the warm weather here at Finger Lakes. Horses begin their approach to the starting gate here at Finger Lakes. And the horses have arrived at the starting gate for the fourth race from Finger Lakes. Field of 8, 7 betting interests going 1 mile and a 16th. 3-2 on number 6, Good As He Gets. Mama's Mitty to the outside. They're all in the gate. And they're off. Looks like a decent start. Kings and Queens and Shake It for the Bird. The 2 inside horses going out for the lead. Night Missio backs off the pace in third. Mama's Mitty able to get over from an outside post, but now going to be spun out a little bit wide by Night Missio. Honor for Mandan, Good As He Gets, as well as Nilruck are on the outside. And then about, 9 lengths here to All Apologies, who's at the back of the pack as they angle on to the backstretch. It's Kings and Queens with 6 furlongs to go. Shake It for the Bird shadows that one outside in second. Night Missio 3 wide in third, as it's Nilruck who's on the 4 path in fourth and a length off the lead. Honor for Mandan towards the inside in fifth. Good As He Gets behind rivals in sixth. 3 parts of a length back to Mama's Mitty in seventh. And then about 9 lengths to the trailer. That is All Apologies, as they got about 3.5 furlongs to go. Kings and Queens and Shake It for the Bird still first and second. Night Missio came to the outside third, 2.5 off the lead. Nilruck is niggled upon. Good As He Gets starts a rally up the inside. Into the top 4 is Good As He Gets, and about 5.5 lengths off of the lead. And then it's Mama's Mitty, who's ground saving along the far turn, and about 8 lengths off the lead. As they arrive at the top of the stretch, Kings and Queens turns them in. Shake It for the Bird is all out in second. Mama's Mitty's to the inside, up into third. Then it's Good As He Gets as they run down to the final furlong. Kings and Queens continues to fight on the front end and opens up by about 3 over Shake It for the Bird in second. Mama's Mitty and Good As He Gets third and fourth. It's Kings and Queens give Elliott 2 on the card. Shake It for the Bird second. Mama's Mitty third. Good As He Gets fourth. Two, 3, 8, 6, number 2, Kings and Queens first. Back to the winner's circle number 2, Kings and Queens. New York bred, 3-year-old Big Gelding by King for a Day on a Deep Connection. Red Oak Stable owner breeder, Greg Sacco the trainer, Christopher Elliott with a riding double today. Mile 16th, timed at 149.53. It's official, $6.40 the winning mutual, daily double $28, exacta $25.40, 50-cent trifecta $36.25, dime super $13.82, 50-cent pick 3 gets you back $15.75 for the winning combination of 442. Race number 5 from Finger Lakes. Scratch both halves of the entry. The 1 Rebel Empire and the 1A, heads or tails. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, daily double, late pick 4 wagering. Late pick 4 starts on race number 5. Post time in 21 minutes at 3:03 p.m.
All right, getting ready for race number 5, and yeah, Kings and Queens. You weren't going to get 5-1 on that one. Chris Elliott for Greg Sacco. Really, those look like the two. They run 1-2 in that race. So we scratched both parts of the one entry in race number 5. Still left with a good sized field of 9 betting interests, and yeah, this one's a really big question mark. I mean, you got Ironman Ira, obviously towers over this field. Problem is, he was claimed for 11,000. He was entered in an allowance race. I think we canceled that day, and then now he shows up back for 5,000. Not exactly what you want to see with a horse off the claim, especially one that ran off the screen for 11,000. It's not like he ran second or third. He absolutely dominated in a very good time for the mile here at Finger Lakes. Anytime you go under 140 for the mile here, it's pretty good. So tricky read on Ironman Ira. He is shortening up to 6 furlongs. And on paper, yeah, he towers over this field, but that makes it kind of a scary drop when you look at it off of the claim to go in for 5,000. The 3 Gandy Dancing, I put for my second choice for a little bit of a price. I did like him for second last time. Didn't disappoint me as Flowing River was a heavy favorite. And Flowing River would be, if Ironman Ira isn't in the race, he'd be the favorite against these. But Gandy Dancing at least was in the race a little bit. His race before, he found himself too far out of it to make any kind of moves. So he ran his race and he ran well. If he repeats that performance, he's got to be in the top 3 here. So the price is good on Gandy Dancing. Trap the Dream, we know the story in Trap the Dream. He's a late runner. He comes from out of it, he sits back, hoping the pace comes back to him and make a run. Well, it does look like he's got a decent pace scenario in this particular race. You got Max Foster, Stone Guitar, and New York Riesling all signed up, so there's a chance that they will battle it out a little bit, and at 6 furlongs is his distance. That's where he keeps entering for the 3/4 distance, and he always makes that late move. Normally 3rd or 4th, but if the pace really collapses, he's got a chance to win this particular race. That is if Ironman Ira doesn't run his race. Max Foster, he's a really tough horse to figure. This isn't his best distance, going 6 furlongs, but he chased home Brock Moninoff. They went quick fractions all the way around the track, and that one didn't come back. Brock Moninoff was shortening up from 3/4 to 5.5. The race before, when he dropped to 4, he recorded a quick time when he got to the front in a short 4-horse field. He came home in 105, so he's definitely capable. It's just a matter of the 6 furlong distance. Doesn't seem to be his best distance, but he's definitely dangerous if he is able to maybe hold the rail on Stone Guitar and New York Riesling, or at least win the early battle. Exacta Tri Super Daily Double in the late pick 4 starts in the 5th. We scratched both parts of the one entry.
Horses are coming on the track. Fifth race, Finger Lakes, scratch the 1A, 1 and 1A. Number 2 is Trap the Dream with Kevin Navarro. Number 3, Candy Dancing, Michael Davila Jr. Number 4, Hot Rod Lincoln, John Barrios aboard. Number 5 is Max Foster, Joel Cruz, the riding assignment. Number 6, Son of Darkness, Christian Navarro, calling the shots. Number 7 is Stone Guitar and Jeremias Flores. Number 8, Thank You, John, Nasario Alvarado aboard. Number 9, New York Riesling, the Alexa Marie Cintron, got a leg up. And the current favorite, number 10, Iron Man Ira, Emmanuel de Diego, the jockey. Post time in just a few minutes. Horses are approaching the starting gate at Finger Lakes. And the horses have arrived at the starting gate for the 5th race from Finger Lakes. Field of 9 to go 6 furlongs. Condition claiming race, 4 to 5 outside, number 10, Ironman Ira. Now 6 to 5, Ironman Ira, 3 to 1 on number 5, Max Foster. Gandy Dancing coming forward. Max Foster. Son of Darkness. New York Riesling. Stone Guitar. Thank You, John, and Ironman Ira still behind the gate. Thank You, John, in the pink silks, worn by Alvarado. Ironman Ira to the outside. They're all in the gate. And they're off. One stumbled at the start. Ironman Ira is out of the race. That's a big development. It's Stone Guitar who's edging out for the lead. Son of Darkness flashing early speed. New York Riesling's on the outside. Hot Rod Lincoln's at the fence. 2 lengths off the lead. Now a length off the lead up into second. It's Thank You John is advancing up the backstretch up into third. A few more lengths back to Max Foster to the outside of Gandy Dancing. And Trap the Dream is at the back of the pack and about 15 lengths off the lead of the horse is still in the race. And Ironman Ira once again is out of the race. Lost the jockey at the start. Stone Guitar and Thank You John. These two spar for the lead. New York Riesling's on the outside third. Max Foster shaking up in fourth. Son of Darkness tries to thread his way through traffic fifth, passing Hot Rod Lincoln. Gandy Dancing's next. Trap the Dreams about 12 lengths off the lead at the back of the pack as they turn into the stretch. Stone Guitar and Thank You John first and second. New York Riesling on the outside in third. Son of Darkness is in four. Trap the Dream will try and skim the inside, and then it's Max Foster stand side. Still a few chances here. 16th to go. Thank You John. New York Riesling. Trap the Dream. Surging late. Trap the Dream from last to first. Photo for second. Thank You John and New York Riesling. Then it was Max Foster. Stewart's conducting an inquiry into the start of the race, see what happened with number 10, Ironman Ira. Trap the Dream back to the winner's circle. New York bred, 7-year-old Chestnut Gelding by Trap Shot out of Bright Line. Windy Lee Farm owns. Jonathan Buckley trains. Kevin Navarro, the winning jockey. Sandy Schultz breds Trap the Dream. No action taken. Stewart's ruled that the 10 Ironman Ira stumbled out of the gate, caused his own problem. No action taken. Still got a photo sign up for third. While we await that, well, there it is. Number 8, Thank You, John, was second. Third, number 9, New York Riesling. Fourth, number 5, Max Foster. We did have a claim out of the fifth. Number 10, Ironman Ira was claimed. BRG Stables new owner, Matthew Clark, new trainer. Number 10, Ironman Ira claimed out of the fifth. It's official. 1260 the winning mutual. Daily double $73. Exacta 102.50. 50-cent try $525.25. Dime super $301.55. 50-cent pick three $47.87. Pick five 5 of 5 $264.75. Six race at Finger Lakes. Scratch both halves of the entry. The 1 Ex Machina and the 1A bustin' out of here. Also scratch the 2 Jason Jet and number 3 Gonna Be Possible. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, daily double, pick 3 wagering, post time, race 6 in about 19 minutes at 3:34 p.m.
All right, getting ready for race number 6. And yeah, there was some unfortunate incident at the start as Ironman Iris stumbled right after the start, losing jockey Emmanuel Di Diego. Remember, that is still considered a starter, so he did run, and it led to some big prices. I mean, you had the deep closer Trap the Dream, had a little trouble getting through on the inside, but once he did, you see that explosion. He got the victory. Of course, Max Foster a little over bet because he can't pass horses. And thank you, John, the 3-time winner, was the long shot that got second. And then New York Riesling, another bomb, was third. So big prices because of the unfortunate incident right after the start of race number 5. Good to see a jockey and horse are okay. 6 race and 11-9 maiden claimer going 5.5. Scratch everything on the inside. The 1, the 1A, the 2, and the 3. Both parts of the 1 entry. The 2, Jason Jed, and the 3 going to be possible all out of race number 6. Go to the outside with Magic Beach for trainer Linda Rice. This one got bet down to be a favorite. Came in here against maiden special weights and had no excuse and lost. So drops a notch to the 11-9. Same type of running style, same type of race. You expect this horse to be trying for the front from the outside post, and it's just a matter of, is this the right placement, because he didn't quite get there against special weights. You would think that he's going to be awfully tough against the 11-9, so the slight drop's got to help. Thought the main threat would be a horse coming up in class, Dracula, but it's not like he's really coming up because he was facing tougher before, dropping in for 5, and he had a troubled trip against the 5,000s when he was here. Probably would have won. But he steps up, back up to the 11-9. Keep in mind, he was running against 50,000s, maiden special weights at Gulfstream on the turf. And he's very well bred. Can't ignore the breeding. So even though he's stepping up from his last start and you could have had him for 5,000, well, he's still a player in here. Probably the main threat to Magic Beach, although waiting trial for Buckley is very consistent hitting the board. I guess it's a question of getting the right trip to win here. He came out of a bad field his first start, but it was the first start off the layoff and ran 3rd to 1 with everything. Then ran 2nd, kind of followed the leader. His last race was his best race, where he stayed close to try to make a move on a 47 and was a couple lengths clear of the 3rd place horse. That race is good enough to be right there against this field, and he's probably good one to use underneath along with Chicago Charlie. And right now, awaiting trial. A little bit of a price as all the money is on Magic Beach and Dracula. That's some of the contenders for the 6. Remember, we had all those scratches on the inside. The 1, the 1A, the 2, and the 3 are all scratched.
Horses coming on the track, 6 race Finger Lakes. Scratch the 1, 1A, 2, and 3. So we'll lead with the 4, Disco Dancer with Nasario Alvarado. Number 5, Trojan Mule, Hammond Harkey, the jock. Number 6, Awaiting Trial, and Kevin Navarro. Number 7, Dracula, Emmanuel de Diego. Number 8, Chicago Charlie, and Christian Navarro. And number 9 is Magic Beach. Romero Mirage is the jockey. Shortened post parades with the warm weather. Post time in just a few. Reminder for those of you within driving distance of Finger Lakes, you might want to come out to Finger Lakes next Monday. Free handicapping contest. Beyond Finger Lakes races 1 through 8. $1,000 to first. $2,500 in total prize money. And it's free as long as you're a Lucky North Rewards member. Free handicapping contest. Next Monday here at Finger Lakes. Horses are approaching the starting gate at Finger Lakes. And the horses have arrived at the starting gate. Race 6 from Finger Lakes. Field of 6 to go 5.5 furlongs. 3 to 4 favorite number 9 Magic Beach. 2 to 1 number 7 Dracula. Maiden Claimers going 5.5 furlongs. Dracula. Right behind the gate, going up and in, Chicago Charlie and Magic Beach. Still behind the gate. Magic Beach to the outside. They're all in the gate. And they're off. It's a waiting trial who sends out for the lead. Disco Dancer towards the inside. Trojan Mule splitting rivals. Trojan Mule with a slender lead over Disco Dancer. Waiting trial. Camped on the outside in third. A space of about 3 lengths. Dracula, Chicago Charlie, and Magic Beach make up the next flight. At the back of the pack are those 3, and about 7.5 lengths from top to bottom. It's Trojan Mule into the turn, making it tight there for Disco Dancer. Had to check slightly, awaiting trials on the outside up into second. Dracula's in fourth, 3 lengths off the lead, and then it's Chicago Charlie, and Magic Beach is scrubbed upon to keep up at the back of the pack as they arrive at the quarter pole. It's Trojan Mule on top, awaiting trial in the green blinkers in second. Dracula goes wide, and then it's Disco Dancers up into third as they run down to mid-stretch. As it's Trojan Mules on top, the lead's 2 lengths over awaiting trial is all out in second. Then it's Dracula third, 16th to go. It's Trojan Mule. Trojan Mule at 6 to 1 will win this race by about 3. Awaiting trial second, Dracula third, Disco Dancer fourth. Five, 6, 7, 4. Number 5, Trojan Mule first. 5.5 furlongs, 107.32. It's official, 15-20 the winning mutual on Trojan Mule. Trojan Mule, official winner of race 6, New York bred, 5-year-old bay gelding by Army Mule out of beautiful Helen. Misty Mountain Thoroughbreds owns. Caitlin Gutterson is the trainer, and Hemon Harkey, the winning jockey. Jean-Louise Stabinski, bred Trojan Mule. Double, $98. Exacta $51. 50-cent try, $41.50. Dime Super 45.40. Pick 4, 4 of 4. $424.25. Did have a claim for race 6, number 9 Magic Beach. Claim, new owner trainer Deborah Breed. 7th race, Finger Lakes, no changes to report. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta, daily double wagering. Post time, race number 7 in about 20 minutes at 4:03 p.m.
Okay, horses in the paddock for race number 7. And a little bit prices in that race. Trojan Mule able to break through, waiting trial with his usual run for second. Magic Beach didn't fire at all, so that's what's caused the big prices in race number 6. Okay, let's look at the 7th, an 11-9 claimer. Now winners race since a date. Never won 4 races or 3-year-olds. And pretty competitive event here. We'll start with the 6 Mad Magic, one of 2 in here for Michael S. Ferraro. Mad Magic off the layoff, tried a route, well, a mile anyway, and ended up running pretty decently considering it was his first start of the year and considering the distance. And the prior 2 starts at the 11-9 claiming level, Mad Magic won. So you got to think that he can improve off of that race and be a major factor against this group. He's 3-1, and that's actually a pretty decent price for Mad Magic. The 4 horse is Active Duty. Active Duty ran well in his Finger Lakes debut, coming in here from New York for Stephen Shaw, and now he's in the hands of Marcus Thompson, of course, still owned by Stephen Shaw. Active Duty probably will be putting in a late run here, and the question is going to be the pace scenario. You do know that In a Minute's got speed. Of course, In a Minute really compromised by the start last time as he stumbled and lost the rider. That affected that race. Well, today, In a Minute will be the speed of the speed, and it's just a question of can he keep going with his speed, or does the pace come back to horses like Active Duty, who seems to be a little bit at the mercy of the pace. He did get a good pace to run at in his last start when he ran 47 to Long Shot Pegasus Boy, or Peruvian Boy, where Mad Magic ran 4th. Now keep in mind, Mad Magic, that was his first start off the layoff, where Active Duty had been running all along and had a little bit of a fitness edge. So I would think that Mad Magic would have a chance to turn the tables. The other Ferraro trainee is Dates Freedom. He's run well at this level, but again, he didn't get the best of it last time as he was caught very wide through in the early part of that race, and it just never really in it. His prior starts are good. The first start off the layoff he needed, and his best race was that second place finish, going to miles 16th. If we could repeat that effort, Dates Freedom could be there as well. Certainly not out of it. You got other horses like Mr. Einstein. Got a jockey change to Joey Martinez. We welcome Joey Martinez to the Finger Lakes jockey colony as he was riding in New York, and figure him to get some good business here. He does have some talent and could make some noise, and Mr. Einstein might be a good fit for him as he will be in a stalking position behind the speed of In a Minute and possibly co-conspirator. Mr. Einstein's run some big numbers in the past. Well, that's a few of the contenders here for race number 7. We start the last double. Exacta Tries and Super also available in here.
On the track, race 7, Finger Lakes. Here's your field. Number 1 is Flash Kiss and Jose Baez. Number 2, Co-Conspirator and Nasario Alvarado. Number 3, Mr. Einstein. Joey Martinez calling the shots. Number 4, Active Duty and Romero Mirage. Number 5, In a Minute, Joel Cruz in the irons. Number 6, Mad Magic and Sofia Vivez. Rounding out the field, number 7, Dates Freedom with Luis Perez partnering up. Post time in just a few minutes here at Finger Lakes. Horses begin their approach to the starting gate here at Finger Lakes. Approaching the gate. Horses have made their way to the starting gate. Race number 7 from Finger Lakes. Condition claiming race going 1.70 miles. 9 to 5 on number 6, Mad Magic. 2 to 1, number 4, Active Duty. Co-conspirator into line. Mr. Einstein. Active Duty in the yellow silks, worn by Ramiro Mirage. In a minute. Mad Magic. Dates Freedom to the outside. They're all in the gate. And they're off. Pretty good start. Active Duty, Mr. Einstein, Co-Conspirator, in a minute, all setting out for the lead. Dates Freedom angles over from an outside post and gets to the rail. Nice move by the jockey in 5th. And then it is Flash Kiss at the inside of Mad Magic, who's at the back of the pack. Horses were going for the front end, and now we're down to 2, and they're going at it. It's Mr. Einstein to the outside of Co-Conspirator. They're clear by about 4. Over in a minute, who's a clear-cut 3rd. Dates Freedom's had a great trip so far in 4th. To the inside of Active Duty 5th. A space of 5 lengths to Mad Magic, who's about a neck in front of Flash Kiss, who's at the back of the pack. First quarter, 23 3/5 up the backstretch. Mr. Einstein on top by 3 parts of a length. Co-Conspirator attempts to hang with that one in 2nd, and then in 3rd. That's in a minute, followed up by Dates Freedom to the inside of Active Duty. They're 4th and 5th, and then still about 5 lengths to the trailers. Flash Kiss and Mad Magic, the half, in 47 3/5, 3 furlongs to go. Mr. Einstein wins the battle with Co-Conspirator as it's in a minute, who tries to reach that one outside in 2nd. Now it's Mad Magic from far back. Mad Magic was near the back part of the field, is in 3rd, and about 4 lengths off the lead, and Flash Kiss fouls that one on the extreme outside as they turn into the stretch. Mr. Einstein is homeward bound, has a lead by 4 lengths. Mad Magic, Flash Kiss bearing down on the outside, and Flash Kiss is only about 2 lengths off the lead. 16th to go. Mr. Einstein, Mad Magic, Flash Kiss all over the racetrack. It's Mad Magic close to home. Get Vivez 2 on the card. Mr. Einstein 2nd, Flash Kiss 3rd, Dates Freedom 4th. Six 317, number 6, Mad Magic first. Mile 70 yards, 146.20. Seventh race official, Mad Magic pays $10.80 to win. Mad Magic, Kentucky bred, 6-year-old chestnut gelding by Munnings out of Cool and Stormy. Saul Kupferberg is the owner. Michael Ferraro, the trainer. Sofia Vivez, the winning jockey. 2 wins in the card for Ferraro and Vivez. Colts LLC bred Mad Magic. Double, $97.50. Exacta, $112. 50-cent try, $86.37. Dime Supers, $72.85. Eighth and final, Finger Lakes. No changes to report. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagering. Post time for the eighth and final in about 20 minutes at 4:33 p.m. And Tuesday's program here at Finger Lakes is available for download for free at fingerlakesgaming.com.
All right, getting ready to run the 8th race on today's card, which will be the final race on today's card. And, look back at the 7th. Yeah, Mad Magic's going to be tough. Second start off the layoff. You expect that horse to improve off of the last race, and Sophia Vivas timed it perfectly as he obviously got a pace as Co-Conspirator and Mr. Einstein were the ones that did battle. In a minute, tried something different as he just wasn't fast enough to stay up with the other two, and he's not going to pass horses. So it was Mr. Einstein who ran a big one on the front, but Mad Magic was able to close and get the victory. And really the biggest surprise there was Mad Magic was 4-1. Not a bad horse to use if you got doubles going or use the exactas and tries. 8th race, this for fillies and mares. And, start off with a horse that is a big price morning line. This is getting a little play here at 7-2. Yankee Doodle was my top choice in here. Hasn't shown much in the 2 starts, but they were against far tougher than what she'll face here. They ran 6 furlongs of 109 in a maiden special weight in New York in her first start. And then her second start, yeah, she wasn't that competitive, but much, much tougher horses going a mile in an off-the-turf event. This is a half to Taxed. Taxed obviously is a real good one. That one was a graded stakes winner. Hits the board a lot. Was actually hit board multiple times in graded stakes. Did win a grade 2 during her career, but she's run against some of the top horses in the country. And this one, Yankee Doodle, has the breeding to beat this field. And you got to give the horse a chance. She's only had 2 starts, and this will be her first start at Finger Lakes. She's worth the price right now at odds of 7-2. The 3 horse is Happy Smile. Happy Smile was against the racetrack last time, as it was a strong inside bias that Lipin's Law crossed over in the beginning to get to the rail, and Happy Smile was trying to chase that one down wide. And she actually ran a pretty good race, considering how the track was playing all day. Everything was winning on the inside, so give her another chance. This will be her 3rd start over the track. She did run 3rd as a beaten favorite back in November of 2023, so she has burned a little money. Hard not to use her in the top 3 in here off of the last effort. It's a lot better than how it looks, just because of how strong the bias was that day. I got her second choice, and she's at 3-1. The current favorite is the 5, Calling an Audible, and this is different for Chris Elliott because he's going to be the high weight in this race. As he was tearing it up earlier in the year as an apprentice rider, but most of the better races for Calling an Audible have been on off tracks. But to give the horse a break on that, she's been running mostly on off tracks. Her last race on a fast track was a mile, so she'll go a mile 70 today, a little bit further for Calling an Audible. But she seems to run pretty consistently against the 30,000s in New York. That puts her in contention here, and Calling an Audible would be no surprise in this race. And the public is on board right now, getting some early money at odds of 2-1. So that's some of the contenders for our last race. Just remember, we do continue live racing Monday through Wednesday. So tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Wednesday, we have the later 1:15 when Saratoga runs. But tomorrow will be our next live card with a 1 o'clock first post.
horses coming on the track, eighth and final Finger Lakes. Number 1 is Jet Tador and Luis Perez. Number 2, Castle Dell and Kevin Navarro. Number 3, Happy Smile, Andre Worry, calling the shots. Number 4, Giant at Work and Michael Davila Jr. Number 5 is Calling an Audible with Christopher Elliott. Number 6, Yankee Doodle, Sofia Vivez. Number 7, Staged Conflict and Juan Diaz. And number 8, Homewrecker, Romero Mirage. Post time in just a few minutes. Horses are approaching the starting gate at Finger Lakes. Tuesday's program here at Finger Lakes is available for download at fingerlakesgaming.com. And the horses have arrived at the gate for the 8th and final from Finger Lakes. Fillies and Mares maidens going 1:70. No strong favorite, 5-2, number 5, Calling It Audible, 3-1 on both number 6, Yankee Doodle, and number 8, Home Wrecker. Giant at Work goes in. Calling an Audible. Yankee Doodle. Staged Conflict. Home Wrecker to the outside. 2-1 Calling an Audible. 5-2 Yankee Doodle. Home Wrecker's in. They're all on the gate. And they're off. A little bit of a tangled start. Staged Conflict. It's Jet to Door setting out for the lead. Happy Smile alongside Yankee Doodle, and Home Wrecker makes it 4 across the track early on. As it's Calling an Audible, who settles in the 5th spot to the outside of Castle Dell. Giant at Works in second last, and Staged Conflicts at the back of the pack, and about 9 lengths off the lead as they navigate the first turn. It's Yankee Doodle on top. The lead's about ahead over Home Wreckers on the outside second. Happy Smiles in third, as it's Staged Conflict who's headstrong on the outside, and that will force Calling an Audible to make an early move. So it's Calling an Audible as a lot of jostling for position up the backstretch. Home Wrecker comes right back though and grabs that lead. Happy Smiles in second, as it's Calling an Audible who's denied the lead now as those top two go on with it. Yankee Doodles towards the inside in third, as it's Castle Dell in fourth. Calling an Audible, 3 wide fifth, 2 lengths off the lead. 2 more lengths to Giant at Work. Stage Conflict second last, and Jet to Door trails the field. About 2.5 furlongs to go. It's Home Wrecker and Happy Smile. These two spar for the lead. Calling an Audible's on the outside. Yankee Doodle behind the speed. In third, able to go 3 wide for clear running room. And Giant at Work on the grandstand side, winding up as they got 3/16 to go. It's Yankee Doodle and Giant at Work who are first and second. Happy Smile back in third. A showdown with a 16th to go between Yankee Doodle and Giant at Work. Yankee Doodle digs in. Giant at Work not giving up. Yankee Doodle, Giant at Work. Yankee Doodle wins. Give Vivez 3 on the card. Giant at Work was second. Then it was Happy Smile third. Six, 4, 3, 8, number 6, Yankee Doodle first. Back to the winner's circle. Number 6, Yankee Doodle. Kentucky bred 3-year-old bay filly by American Freedom out of Yankee Union. Black Swan Stable owns. Michael Ferraro trains. Sophia Vivez, the winning jockey. Brereton Jones bred Yankee Doodle. 3 wins on the card for trainer Michael Ferraro. 3 wins for Sophia Vivez. 780, the winning mutual. Double 69.50, exacta 37.60. Dime Super $24.10. Pick 3 $149.75. Pick 5 5 of 5 $4,905.25. 50-cent trifecta $34.25. Pick 4 4 of 4 $1,199.75. Eighth race is the last live race here at Finger Lakes on a Monday. Next live racing date tomorrow, Tuesday. First post at 1 p.m. Programs for the Tuesday card available for free for download at fingerlakesgaming.com. But for today, from high atop the roof here at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack, this is your track announcer, Bill Downs, signing off. Have a tremendous evening.